YouTubers? So, I'm starting over again only because there were a few mistakes in the roughhousing. There was editing problems and everything, and people just weren't watching. Now, if you guys ever watched a Pokemon Pal 1000 video, yes, that is me. That is my former self, but I have been reborn, I should say, into the Pokemon walkthrough world. And so, as we enter this new world of Chimchar Warrior, we see wondrous Pokemon, we have wondrous teams, and this will just be epic. Okay, now just because my name is Chimchar Warrior doesn't mean I'm using Chimchar in the first episode. Nuh-uh, not going to happen. Only because I think Chimchar and Piplup are overused. People need to start focusing on what's important, and that is green grass on the other side. Yes, I am talking about Turtwig. This will be our first Pokemon. I will keep the other 5 a secret. This is only because they are going to be epic Pokemon to our team. Some of them, or about 1 or 2 of them, are a little overused. But then again, it's a walkthrough, and it's my walkthrough, so I will cry if I want to. Kidding. So he asks us if we're a boy or a girl, and I say yes, and then he asks us what our name is, and I put in TJ in this case. And so we press OK, and then he says, "Are you sure?" I'm like, "I'm pretty sure my name is TJ." So we get shrunk after he asks us our name, and so we enter the beautiful and wondrous Pokemon world. And so now we're watching the best TV show in the world, and we're like, cool. It's about the red Gyarados and Johto. Not that big of a deal. So we're watching TV, and then we leave, and we're walking out the room, and I run into the sign, and it says press the X button, and I'm like, well, the X button doesn't need to be pressed because I'm not playing with the game controller. And so I'm like, whoa, get off my grill. And so as we make our way, we're talking to our mother, and so we leave the house, and she says that Barry wants to see us. So that's what we're doing. We're going to see Barry for the very first time in a really long time, I'm guessing. So yeah, we leave the house and we're going to see Barry, and like when we go up to his house, he like runs into us. I'm like, really? Like, you didn't have to be so rude. And so we sorry, my dad's here. So I don't know why he's yelling, but so back to the game. We make our way. I'm so sorry. This is what I'm talking about, but we will not be starting over. That is a guarantee. I know some of you guys are getting sick and tired with that. So, yeah, so we make our way, and we meet Barry in Route 201. So he says, I think we should go to the lake just to see if there's any cool Pokemon in our lake. So we make it to Variety Lakefront, and so we're walking, and he says something. He's like, all right, let's go see if there's a Gyarados. So we go in there, and like we see Professor Rowan and Dawn, one of the 2 other main characters in the game. So basically what they're talking about is how Professor Rowan went on a break for 4 years, and I'm like, a lot has changed in 4 years, dude. So he's walking away, and just a little shout out, my friend told me that dude needs a patch of hair on an elephant's butt. That's just weird. So Dawn walks away, and so Barry says something dumb, and he's like, oh, we should go look at that suitcase. I'm like, dude, don't think it's a good idea. My mom told me not to go in the grass. And so he's like, we won't be in there long enough to get attacked by Pokemon. I'm like, okay, dude, I'm listening. So we go in the grass and we open the suitcase, but then, well, we should return it. But then we get attacked by wild starlies. This isn't cool. This is not cool. So we look around at the Pokemon. I look at all three of them, and then, what do you know? It's Turtwig, Chimchar, and Piplup. Now, as I told you already, we're going with Turtwig. This is where things get awesome. Turtwig is an awesome powerhouse, and as we enter battle, like you can see, he's just burning with power and rage. And so we go for a tackle. There really isn't anything we can do at this point. So just to use tackle, there's really no reason to use withdraw because it's a one-sided battle. He doesn't know any flying type moves, so you're good. But I kind of think they should have made this more like Platinum, even though it came out before Platinum. Because Giratina is supposed to be like the lord of those two, and then Arceus is supposed to be the lord of those three. I don't think that's the case. That should be the case. Only because Giratina was already the lord of legendaries until Arceus came on. And who said Arceus could take over the throne? Just because he was born in the world of nothing. Do you know how many Pokemon were said to be born in a world of nothing? That's just like crazy. And so we beat the Wild Starly. For some reason, when I first started playing, I thought this was a Wild Staravia. I was about to say, oh my gosh, we're battling a level 2 Wild Staravia. But no, we weren't. So Dawn, she was like, oh my god, did you use these Pokemon in the suitcase? And I was like, don't be such a spaz. And so, yeah, and then he's like, oh, my Chimchar was totally better than your Turtwig. I was like, yeah, right, in your dreams. So we're walking away. So he's like, oh, you got something. I'm like, he's like, oh, we should go return the suitcase. I was like, well, Dawn already did that. And then Barry does something very rude. He's like, why is that old guy staring at us? And I'm like, be respectful, dude. That is like the Lord of Pokemon in Sinnoh, besides Cynthia. And yes, Cynthia is the champion of the Sinnoh League, and we will be battling her once we can and unlock all the gym badges. And so, as of you who know, it is very easy to start off with Turtwig only because the first gym is Rock. The next gym, we will need somebody who is super effective against us, which will either be a Fire type